I want to talk this morning about atomic energy, nuclear power in the MPCP. Are you ready for this? Because that's what we are about to do. You know, we actually invented or created the binomial system, the MPCP. A lot of people have tried to copy it. Very few have done it very well. They don't understand the unfranchised concept and what we're really all about. And when companies go global, they do some things that are not very profitable because you get maxed out in your top centers. We're going to change all of that. This is as powerful and as revolutionary as the actual creation of the perfect plan, the binomial system. This is next level matrix. You ready for this? Okay, so this is how it works for you. And this is what you need to understand. Just like the plan, you're going to get the gist of it, but to drill down, you have to see it 3 times, and I suggest you come to a breakout. So let me ask you a question. I want to open your mind. I want to massage your brain. I want to get you to think. A lot of us have become a little bit comatose, haven't we? Oh, we're earning checks. Okay, but we got our weak leg and our strong leg, and nobody's going to help us build our weak leg, and so on and so forth. But what if there was a way to take your strong common leg or the people in it and make it your weak leg or feed your weak leg with it? What if that was possible, Ben? You leaders, how many more people in your organization could you get to start qualifying? And what if it could count for your strong leg too? What would it do to your business and income? Now, we all know how it started, and you didn't really know what was happening, and a leg took off, and you might have been weak on one side. How would you like to get that same energy back that you had in the beginning with that power leg and apply it to a weak side of a BDC and earn double? And then if other people did it in your group, you could end up earning triple on that work and that effort and that new build out. Is it possible? Let's get rid of your doubts, because I know a lot of you already have your reasons why it's not for you. Do I have to go to Europe or to other regions? The answer is no, not to start. See if it works first. If it feeds the home BDC anyway, which it does, your upline needs people to work with. So the person who's going to make the big money right away needs people to work with, and it's going to feed your home leg to finish your BDC. So you have to work at finding people for the quarterback to go over there and throw the long bomb for a touchdown. Does that make sense to you? But you don't have to go there. How do I find the people? Well, we will show you how. From leveraging your team or groups into cross-pollination, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and networking referral system, which we're going to teach you, a networking referral system which is systematic and it's structured and it's a drill. You already have the people. If we put them through the drill, you'll get the people that you need to do this. A networking referral system, and then of course social searching. In fact, the teams that meet my criteria, we will put a social search program together for them to find the people. That's how we did the whole UK so far. Okay, so do I need a global center or to sponsor 2 in the country and activate first to get signed up for that country? Now that was a problem for a lot of people. To go to another country, okay, right, Andy? they'd have to get 2 people that were going to qualify to activate to even know if they were going to be able to make anything, and they had to buy another global center, and they had to have another subscription and all of that stuff. Kind of an impediment or an obstacle to go across the ocean to do something, not knowing if it's ever going to work. Do you agree with that? Don't need to do that. It's just like building in your home country. The MPCP works exactly the same. You just start, qualify, activate, and it goes on. And if you only have one leg, it completes the leg at home that you've been working on. And somebody else is there building it. You just got to find the people. You like that? Okay. And will I be spreading myself too thin? Will I be building a fire further than I can carry the wood? Absolutely not. It counts for the weak side of your BDC at home. It can only help you. And the UFOs in Europe will add to your group in America too, because they know people back here. A surprise for everybody. Okay, so those are the main objections, right? The main doubts or worries. Take them off the table so you can think, because they're not an issue anymore. They're not going to be an issue. Next slide, I can't get it to go. Oh, so what's the catch? What is the catch? There's got to be a catch. It's too good to be true, Tony. Well, the catch is that you might find an excuse not to do it. Work hard at it. I'm sure you can come up with one. Okay. I'm not getting a response here when I click. So here's questions. Let's get rid of the doubts. Let's get rid of the doubts. What's the questions? Okay. An answer to a very simple question. How do I make my weak leg strong? I have magic for you. Okay. How do I balance both lines over 5,000 per week? Isn't that the proverbial question? There's a new way of doing it, folks. What if there was MPCP magic and everyone has a weak leg and a strong common leg, right? Isn't that true? Okay. Somebody better bring me another clicker. This ain't working well. What if the strong leg could count for your weak leg? What if you could do that on every BDC? Find a way to take a dream team you put together of the best people downline or the best people upline or the strong people on the strong leg. Take that synergy and that work and apply it, and every single person could do it. Not like in UK where only you could do it. And you put a team together to earn a check there, and it doesn't matter if you're only one-legged because you still meet your number one objective, and that's to complete your BDC at home and your weak leg make it strong. Does that make sense to you? Do you comprehend that? Okay. What if everyone worked together to complete their weak leg by working together in their strong leg and get paid twice on the work in the new volume? Do you comprehend that? Come on, get the gears going. What do you think about that? What if that could happen? What if you could re-enter under your strong leg, under your weak leg? Take your strong leg people and put them together to earn another check and a re-entry, but tie the volume to the weak BDC. Huh? What if you could build a re-entry to earn another weekly check and also have it count for the weak leg? Okay, and actually earn twice on it. What if everyone in your group could do that? What does that do to it? What does that do to it? Everyone has a weak leg and a strong common leg, right? Okay. What if you could do this on every BDC? Put together a dream team. You reshuffle the cards and pick the people to work together to earn there and tie it back where you need it in your home country to complete a leg. Is this hitting you yet? What if you could re-enter under your strong leg, okay? You get your strong leg to build under your weak leg. And what if everyone in your group could do that? It's so powerful. So there's 3 simple things you have to understand, 2 simple concepts or reasons for it. Why did we change? Okay, and how does this create synergy between the big pins and the little pins? Synergy, not just teamwork, synergy, economic synergy. It pays everybody. It pays a little guy to join the team, and it pays the big guy to go, and you get paid twice on it, and possibly down the road 3 times if other people do it. Wow. There's 3 parts of global unification. Mark told you 2 of them. You got them? Right? Regional unification, so that Mexico, United States, Canada, South America all go into one plan. All of the Asian Rim and the countries that will start opening up all go together into one plan. And then individually for each UFO, we unify the regions, individually customized for each one of you where you need it to earn in your home country and again in the foreign country or the new region, and then earn a 3rd time on everybody else doing it going into your UGC. Triple trouble. Triple PV. Now, you know how the MPCP has 5 steps, right? 5 steps, right? 5 points. Well, the Universal Global IRC program has 6 steps, just like the 5 steps. They're more like 5 points, 5 things that have to happen, 5 things that you need to understand or that happen, okay? And of course, you know how it all fits together. You got the regional unification, the globalshop.com. Mark did a great job of going over them, the EMPs, and then the global unification of regions, allowing UFOs to connect regions to earn at home on IRCs and regions and on their team with the UGCs. So that when their team does it, they solve the problem for themselves. Everybody solves the problem for themselves by having a strategy to build there or feed people there that somebody is building, tie it back to their weak leg. Then when you have more than one person doing it and they're not under your IRC, you get paid again on the UGC. And I'll show you that in a minute. So those are the 3 parts. Okay, unified regions. Okay, some of you should take advantage of that. There's 40 million Hispanic Americans, probably 30 million of them are Mexican. Find one, they all know people in Mexico, and it all rolls into one program. And of course, I don't even need to tell anybody from Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, what can happen there. They're smart enough to already know it. Team Global Unification then. Now, this is nuclear power in the MPCP. MPCP, atomic energy. If you don't get anything else out of this, I want you to get this. It's dangerous. An atom's very, very small. The MPCP is very, very simple, right? Very simple. Sometimes I run into network marketing or MLM people, and they're struggling with something. I said, how did you ever build that when you got to build 5, 6, 10 legs, and you can't even build 2? Woo! But if you can find a way to split that atom, it releases tremendous energy, that little tiny building block of the world, just like a BDC has 2 legs. Very simple, very small. But if you can find a way to split it and put it back together in the right combination, you have a tremendous release of energy. Do you comprehend that? It sets off a chain reaction. When people start making money because of it, and everybody starts making money because of it, and it solves the gaps or the deficiencies in your current strategy, in your current organization, you have an explosion. You understand that? So if you can harness it, you could change the world. And the MPCP unification does exactly that with the plan. Okay, so it's like the best people upline on your team re-entering on your weak side and building it in the home. Even though it's being built there, if it ties back, it's the same as building it at home, isn't it? Yes or no? So you get paid twice on the effort to build with an IRC in another region, once they're in Europe, because we're doing it with Europe first. Let me tell you something. In the Asia Pacific Rim, unifying that, you got enough to do for 6 months. And then we'll make sure that it's really ready for you when we tie it back together, and that's going to be a nuclear bomb, a positive one. The fallout is BV, IBV, and residual income checks. And there are many leveraging strategies and opportunities. It's a new game, guys. You're going to have to re-engage. You're going to have to wake up. You're going to have to think, because there's so many strategies with this, it redefines and reinvents the whole game. So you can actually use the strong leg to build your weak side. No one will sponsor people for you or build the weak side of your home country BDC. True or false? I mean, you got it half done. I always love the guys that, well, you know, I got one strong leg and I'm really not doing my part, not really carrying my load. The other leg isn't doing very well, but I got to pay my monthly thing and, you know, do the qualifications, and I just don't know if it's worth it. I said, if you had a piece of real estate on Times Square or in the most attractive commercial district of any major city, and it didn't have a renter, what would you do? Lose it? Not carry it? Not pay for it? Because as soon as you get a renter in there, you're going to be making big money. And there's a lot of people that would do anything to get that piece of real estate. And you're thinking about giving it up? Boy, you've lost your mind. You get that? Well, the weak side, well, now we got the renter. If you understand this strategy, we can solve that problem. The weak side may be different for everyone. Isn't that true? It's not the same. That's the problem. What makes money for you doesn't make money for you. What makes money for you doesn't make money for you. So I can't get you all to work together to solve the problem. What happened on the strong leg won't happen on the weak leg, but now it will. You get that? The IRC allows a strong leg to build as a team in Europe with the IRC to earn again. You're not doing it for free just to build at home. You're earning again. But even if you don't get both legs going, and even if you don't go there, and it's only one leg, and you contributed to it, you're still going to get paid at home and to complete your number one objective of completing your BDC at home to earn weekly checks. Whoa! I mean, it's just unbelievable. Okay, and you'll learn later that like a nuclear reaction or explosion, it spreads exponentially. Exponentially. It works in both directions. So watch this. When we do it in Europe, the first thing that you find out is the Europeans, the British and the Castilians and the Spaniards know people over here. And they can't wait to put people over here in your leg. And you would never have had that. It's already happening. Wow. If it duplicates in your group because they see people making money and excitement, they see stuff happening, what happens then? Everybody wants to get in on the game, don't they? And we teach them. And when they get in a game, it may not be to their economic advantage to be under your first IRC because they have a weak leg somewhere else. They have a team synergy somewhere else in your total organization. Does that make sense to you? So they do an IRC somewhere else, and I'll show you this. It doesn't matter, though. It strengthens their business at home. They're making money. That makes your business stronger. It rolls up the line so you have more security, stability, and probably earning every week on some centers that you earned only a few times. But then when that's done, it all comes back to you again on all those different centers to earn a third time in a UGC. Holy moly. I know you don't understand it, but believe me, it's good. So, let's put it under the microscope, okay? Are you ready to take a closer look and learn how it works? Are you willing to try? Are you sure? Because you learn it by trying it, just like the plan. You learn it by trying it, and you have nothing to lose. So there's 6 steps just like in the plan. You don't have to worry about it. Remember when you first saw the plan? You didn't understand reentry. Oh, yeah, that's cool. You didn't really understand placement of volume down below and how it fed it. Really cool, right? But you understood that you wanted a 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan, and you understood somebody was going to help you, and you understood that you were going to have a meeting and people would get in. And when you got your first check, you began to understand it. Same thing here. Same thing here. Okay, so there's a couple questions. Why do we do it globally without the global centers anymore? And how does this solve the problem of big people going abroad and little people not going abroad but helping out and getting in the program until they are making money? Okay, how does it create something different than we already had, right? Why does it work? And those answers equals 2 concepts, and that adds up to nuclear power in the MPCP, okay? And it has never been done before. It's revolutionary. It turns the binary and binomial system inside out and puts it back together so everybody that's not making money will make money. So I'm not going to go over these. I made this slide series for you to take home, for you to download and use and study and teach. But those are the 6 steps, okay? So the question is, why is this better than the formal global plan? Why not one global unified plan with all the BV and all the countries and regions accruing into one international MPCP? Why? Because you would make less money. Because the binary system's so powerful, the builders who are going to make it happen already max out. And that's why we had to have separate MPCPs in those countries, okay? But the problem is it takes too much for somebody that doesn't already have people there to do it, okay? And they're maxed out if we combine it all. So we came up with a plan, a program that solved that problem. It solves the problem of global centers, and it's easier, and it's synergistic between lower level and upper level UFO leaders. The benefits of teaming up are unbelievable. It connects the dots. It brings the situation for lower people and the situation for higher people earning together to work together so that they benefit each other. Do you understand that? And that's magic. Okay, so how does it complete the 2 to 3 year plan faster for everyone? How's it easier? How does it encourage teamwork? Let's look at it. The top earners that are maxed out in top centers at home are not maxed out in Europe or the new region and earn on action in Europe with everybody feeding the people while they earn again by completing BECs at home. It's a double dipper, a double whammy, as we call it. How does it complete the 2-year plan? Everybody has a weak leg. That's why they're not completed. No one's going to build your weak leg for you, okay? No one's going to sponsor somebody for you. You're going to have to supply the people. They might help you. But if you can join a power leg in Europe with an IRC, like your strong side, and connect it to your weak side of your BDC, you're going to earn. It encourages and incentivizes teamwork and pays for it in BV and IBV checks. We have teamwork and NMTS and everything, but that doesn't pay you. This teamwork pays you. And if you're big, not once, but twice, and if you're really big, almost immediately 3 times. Do you get that? And if you don't understand it, let me give you something really important. If you don't understand it, you need to. Okay, so in a duplicate, you're going to get paid a 3rd time. Because UFOs can team up like a power common leg at home and work together in a new region as a power leg, earning checks in Europe and using that volume to complete their weak leg at home. They actually get credit for the volume twice. Listen to that. You realize in a re-entry, you're actually getting credit for much of the volume twice? It depends on how strong the leg is, what's above. Well, here, doesn't matter how strong the leg is, you're getting credit twice. You're getting volume credit there, getting paid there, and when it comes back to the U.S., you're getting paid again. Now, who else has that? I mean, nobody. They actually get credit for their volume twice. Okay, so there's 5 steps in the MPCP, 6 steps in this. You probably only need to know the first 2 if you're not at least a supervising coordinator. Now, if you're below that, you need to know the first 2 to get started. And you know how when you do the business with our home country MPCP, this works exactly the same. The next step becomes obvious when you're there, doesn't it? I mean, you're not worrying about re-entry when you're trying to qualify. And you're not worrying about placement of volume downstairs when you're just activating. But when you're activating, that's the next step. It's obvious because that's what's going to make you money. True or false? So get that. Okay, so why do global centers and transparent overlay of genealogy have limitations? I think you understand. We learned it from 2 opposite examples, Taiwan and Australia. Okay, you can't get anybody from the U.S. to go to Australia because of the obstacles. Okay, in Taiwan, it was an accident because we had such a strong group of Taiwanese and Asian and China leaders here. They all had family and people there. They made us go over because we were already there. They already had customers, people ready to go. Now, if you already have it there, then it's no problem going there, true? But you don't have that for other places. So how do we solve it so people will do it? Well, this does solve it. If the upper level UFO did not have at least 2 good people and lots of contacts already in the new region of the country, it did not make economic sense to cross-pollinate or to build in the new region. True or false? How many people have been through that analytic process and decided not to go? Huh? Come on, be honest, I need to know. Only you guys? The upper level UFOs or leader was not going. So now let's take you that's just, you're not even an executive coordinator yet. You're on your way, you're excited. Your UFO upper level leader's not going. It precludes the lower level distributor from cross-pollinating by referring people because it was self-defeating in that there was no one to show the plan or to help them get started to build. True or false? So no one even thinks about it or tries, right? Okay, so this is here for you to go back to, okay? We're doing it. We've unified the region, so that's a lot of opportunity, new opportunity. Then we're doing the IRC, connecting the 2 regions with Europe first. It's smaller, more controllable, and we're going to get it really, really right while Asia builds interregionally in their unified region. There's plenty of opportunity. In 6 months, when we have it ready, we'll connect it. Then you got more permutations, more possibilities. And boom. And that provides a huge opportunity, you know, for the Asian Pacific Rim region while we blow it up and get it right between the Americas and Europe. Okay, so here we go. why one global unified BV bank and MPCP doesn't work. Because if these are the guys that are going to go, that are building, and they're already making $2,100 a week, or they're close to being maxed out, there's no benefit for them to add BV at the bottom of those legs. Does everybody see that? Because it'll just be overflow. Okay, so the higher level distributor's maxed out. Okay, the current growth model for anybody in the business has to work the same way there. And it has to add to what they're already doing. Does that make sense? So here's how we do it. Okay, you're building a leg. You build a weaker leg, it's incomplete. Everybody has a BDC that they're working on solidifying, or they're starting another one, and so it's the same thing. They have a weak leg, right? True or false? Everybody understand that? Okay, so top earning UFOs will not make more money because they're maxed out in top centers. There's no incentives, and if they don't go, the lower level distributor or UFO doesn't go, the troops don't go. So let's examine, and that's what happens. So if they build more, no result. Why am I going to go there to make no more money when I can do it at home? I just start another leg of re-enter at home. True or false? Okay, so that's the problem, you see. Okay, so here's what we do. You have one genealogy, but two banks. And we're going to connect them together for each one of you individually where you need it, because it's not the same for everybody. That's magic. Okay? And so in the old system, first you had to get a global center. Then you had to sponsor two people, or you weren't going to make any money. So why go over there? One leg wouldn't help you. And, here you're going to earn a second commission check and complete the leg at home. Just the opposite, right? Okay. So your genealogy exists transparently in both countries, but with two different BV banks. Same organization, different BV banks. Okay, so let's take a look at your organization. You're building where the blue is in the U.S. Okay. You don't go over because of the expense, because to build those global centers, you're going to end up, putting BV over here that comes up and they're already filled. True or false? True. Okay, so JR has a miraculous, genius solution. We're going to split the atom. We're going to split the binary and then put it back together. Now, for this discussion, I'd just like to say, when I say Americas, not unified Americas, or not EU, okay? Sounds like Portuguese. EU, I'm going to say Europe, okay? So step one is an IRC is like a reentry. When you think of an IRC, think of the American plan, the BDC, your home country, think of it. It works exactly like a reentry, but in a different country with a different bank. And when you start accumulating BV, it converts back to your home country's BV where you need it. Do I need to say that again? Did you get that? Okay, so a new volume works to earn you checks there, and it completes a leg at home. You all have an IRC in your back office now. Or is it now? Or yeah, you have an IRC. Now, let me warn you of something. A word of caution. An IRC is like a reentry. What have you been taught about that? Be careful. Access, you then have to do a little homework, study. Don't jump the gun. Brainstorm. Pick each other's brain. Look at your organization. Look at the combinations that you can work out. And we place that IRC in Europe, okay? That's in Europe, that red. But the BV in Europe is paying you on that IRC 001, just like the MPCP here. Exact same thing. Whether it be one-legged or two-legged, though, the BV every week is coming back up your leg in the U.S. up your leg in the U.S. And I'm not going to say BV and IBV. They both come up at the same time now. And they both work together at the same time now. And you're accumulating both of them at the same time. So I'm just going to say BV. And so you earn then in Europe, and at the same time every week it comes up to your centers. Every one of those people benefit, and you get paid on your top center that you're working on. You like that? Does it make sense? Do you understand that? Okay. Secondly, step 2, the weak leg in the home country, you place the IRC in Europe or new region, and everyone has a country or a weak leg. A common strong leg can be used to put a team together to build, earn over there, and then you tie your volume from that back to the weak side of your BDC. The only rule is, okay, you can put any team together, you can place wherever you want together, okay, but you can't do cross line. You can't go from the right leg all the way over to the left leg. You got to find a place where you have a weak side. If it's your 001, you can place it on the left of your 001 if the right is strong. Does that make sense? Okay, so you can look down and you can look up and come up with any strategy that you want. And remember, the way the binary system works, okay, it can go like this, and you can be here and use all of that. How many people understand that? Okay, same way the BV flows. So the leg is different for everyone. This is a big key. The situation is different for every one of you in a leg, true or false? So you have to look at that in your strategy. How does every person on the team win together there to build volume, and how do they tie it back to win at home at the same time? Are you smart enough to figure that out? Well, if you're not, you're going to have to take my course. Okay. So, 2 BV banks, 1 organization, click, and the BV in each region is separate and accrues separately. It allows you to earn 2 separate checks. Whoops. Okay, so there you are. Look at that. Everybody see that? You have entered over here, but it's in your genealogy here too. Everybody understand that? Transparent. Okay, so that's your new IRC you placed on your right leg, which was your weak leg. Okay, and as you build and sponsor and qualify, just like you do here, same method, except it's European volume. Okay, and you start earning checks. If it's only one leg, it doesn't matter, but you're tying it back here. So the volume is going to roll up to the top. And if this fills up, it'll start coming back again to pay you again. Okay? So let's take a look at what happens. You place your IRC here. Your organization in America is still building. They don't stop. You're already having that leg building, right? So that BV continues to flow up like it always did. Everybody understand that? Okay, so I now place this IRC here. That volume in the U.S. does not count over here, but these are real people and it continues to flow up. But in the genealogy, you have this European business in the line. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so the volume flows up, okay? You start to earn here, then it transfers over where you needed it. And it flows up and completes your BDC, and you earn again. Did you get that? Woo! Did you get it? Okay. So, you have a strong leg, a weak leg, okay? You place it in a weak spot. You start to build. You have other people that can join you and do the same thing or supply the people over there because they get the same benefit. Do you understand that? And we're going to show you how to find people over there. And everybody in between gets credit for it. It puts them closer to a check. So that wakes them up. You say, hey, let's go on and beat the bushes and go on the warpath on a power referral networking program to find people there because we're all going to make money. We got it started. Does that make sense? Okay? So you use IRC, okay, to earn here and then to strengthen this leg and get paid again on your BDC that's not completed. The next thing that happens is something that you might not have thought about, zippering. Zippering is a very powerful effect. It's like, kind of like atoms split atoms in a nuclear reaction. And in America, you can do this right now with Mexico, Canada, and the US. You're missing it. All you have to do is find people there, and they'll find people here. So if you have people in Mexico, they find people in America. Sometimes that ends up being the best person in your leg, not the person in Mexico, or vice versa. Okay, so here's what happens. You started here, and in your organization in Europe, okay, you got a hot shot that knew somebody in Mexico. So they placed their IRC, just like you did here, they placed theirs here. Everybody understand that? Okay, so this Spaniard here, or this Londoner, okay, knew somebody here, and they placed their IRC here, and they started to build. So, just like it happened for you, that adds to your volume in America because they are an American distributor. Everybody got that? You got that, right? Okay, even though their primary interest is here, right? Now, that, just like it happened for you, it zippers back. That BV from that Mexican business goes back to Tom here in Spain. It rolls, help him earn. It rolls up to your IRC to help you earn. It comes back over to where you connected it, and it goes up the line. Everybody benefits, and you get paid again right there. Woo! Atomic energy. Okay. So the next step, step 4, is that you complete the first IRC. What happens when you complete a reentry? What happens? You get another one. Same thing. It works exactly like a reentry. So you now are earning here. You get another reentry. You're going to look to where do I need it? Where's my next weak leg? Or you might have a strategy of putting it under a reentry in the U.S. and having somebody else put it under a reentry on the other side. You can potentially earn 3-4 times on one build out, completing things that were incomplete because you can tie them back to where you needed them. Dangerous. Michael Jackson, dangerous. Okay. So, there's your second BDC, okay? Now you might have put it here. It just makes sense because you are building here really hard. You got a weak leg, a weak side. So it does the same thing. It accumulates up in Europe to earn you another check here. You connected it back here. Whoops, come on. The volume goes over, up, and again, it helps you earn there. Even though you earned here, you're earning here, and you're earning here now. Everybody understand that? Okay. Next step. Other people see it happening. What happened? Ben hasn't really hit more pin levels in a while. He's been on vacation. All of a sudden, his income increases $25,000 a month. Woo! What's he doing? Elizabeth takes a quantum leap. Some nobody from nowhere like you all of a sudden goes executive director in 3 months. Do people wake up? Yeah. So other people want to do it. Now, what this is about is when other people do it, if they don't do it under you in Europe, they would get credit just like I showed. It would strengthen your business in the U.S. because they're in your U.S. business and they're completing BDCs there, and everybody in between gets credit, right? Comprehend that? Okay? But you're not getting credit for people in your own organization in Europe and the other region directly because they're building their IRC outside of you. It would have still been a good deal. But we didn't stop at that because we wanted this thing to be totally nuclear. And so what happens, and this is really cool, other people decide to place their IRC. See, they're not under your 1 or your 2, are they? But they're excited about it for where they need it. And so what happens? In this triangle, okay, people that placed are not under here, this one is, they're not under here. But it's helping their business and your business in the U.S. when it goes back. Does everybody agree? You understand? So they're all connecting their IRCs where they're building and earning here, whoops, to the U.S. One more time. Up, boom, 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 boom. Now look at that action. And Elizabeth and Tony and Pam and Ben and Keith and you guys got to pay attention. This is going to happen. So what happens? The volume's flowing up here. Whoops. One more time. Pay attention, pay attention. Watch this, watch this. Watch it. See if you can find it. Watch it. Now it's going up. Wait. One more time. You see the money bags? They're earning, they're earning, they're earning. They're earning, they're earning. Now it flows up here. It fills up your bank, because that was your objective, and then it goes back when it's over 5,000 on all of their volume for you to earn again on the UGC, on all your people in Europe. I'll do that again, okay? So the fifth step, okay, you should come to the seminar on Sunday to really understand it if it's relevant to you, okay? And all these things work together, okay? So what happens is you have three at the top, 3 UGCs. You build your IRC first, right? It starts getting volume to earn. It goes back to the U.S. You earn there on your weak leg, complete your weak leg. It goes up to your 001, 002, 003. And then it starts hitting 5,000. If it's a cooked leg, a finished leg, irrelevant. It goes right back to Europe to pay you again. But it's necessary when you have people in other legs under your 001 that aren't under your IRC that are also doing it. It strengthens your business in the U.S. They earn again in Europe. It completes their business in the U.S., strengthens your business, goes up to the 001, 002, and when the banks are over 5,000, it goes back to Europe to pay you again on your European total organization. So if you had a right leg that was over 5,000 every week, the volume would be going back up the leg and go right back to Europe because it doesn't need anything. But if the leg is only at 3,000 and you did 5,000 in Europe, the volume would come back, everybody gets credit for it. It would take 2,000 of it to complete your U.S. leg, so you got paid. The remaining 3,000 goes right back to Europe to pay you again. And the more people you have doing it, the faster that happens too. How many people get it? Do you get it? Okay. So you don't need to worry about understanding all this. We're going to be over and over and over again, but you get the gist of it. Okay? So, you must be a coordinator, by the way, to have a UGC because we can't have anybody faking us out. They got to be real. That's the end of the basic overview. And you say, I'm confused. How do I make a decision? What do I do? The best thing that could happen to you is to be confused and excited. Okay? example of team strategies. Let's take a look at this. We're going to teach you everything. Okay? Here's one for you. Just to show you how you have to learn strategies. You have to really think. It's like a chess game. You have to sit down and take some time because it's going to make you money. Believe me, it's better than day trading. It's better than doing some other quacky thing. This will make you real money, and you have control over it. So we put our IRC in Europe underneath the weak side, right? Okay, so it starts to grow, and you have another person that puts one over here, still under your 001, right? Okay, you build this, it completes this leg here for you, that re-entry, and it comes up and strengthens this, and whoops, and then this causes them to earn, but it also causes you to earn here. So you're earning once, twice, 3 times as a result. Now you can take any re-entry and above, find people to go on one side and the other side, if it's in a common leg, to make that earn. They earn in Europe, and you earn at the top, a triple play. How many of you got triple plays out there? Okay, so do not let questions burden you. Go to the breakouts and learn, just like you learned the plan. Okay, same process, folks. So remember all the questions that you had when you first saw the plan. You know, some basic concepts to make this work are to relate it to the MPCP in the U.S., realizing that there's just 2 separate banks. Because there's 2 separate banks, you get to reshuffle the cards and replay your group in a different formation and make it earn there and tie it back to where you need it at home. And when you have multiple people doing it in Europe, not even on your IRC, you get paid again. Woo! Atomic energy. Are you shocked, stunned, baffled, or excited? Okay, so don't worry about understanding it all. Okay, you didn't really get it until you did it before. This will all come together for you. The most important thing is you have to learn how to cross-pollinate and power network. I'll say it again. You need to learn how to do my power networking referral system. I've done it my whole life. This whole place came from it. I didn't know Dennis Franks. I didn't know him. I did not know Pam and Tony Bowling. Never met them before. And I didn't know Elizabeth Weber. And I did know Grandpa, Rick Hannon, who led to Vicki Lee. But he found me. The point is, though, this power networking, people lead to people lead to people, but you need a mechanism and a structure and steps to make it happen. And you already have an organization. If you have 10 people, 20 people that'll do it in your organization, they each produce 2, that's 40 people over there that know people, and we'll show you how to handle it, how to make it happen. And if everyone in your organization does that, you're going to have atomic energy. You get it? And okay, so go to the breakout session on Sunday. I'm doing it with my team, with Chris Petticourt, with Joe, with Andrew, with Phil Guido. We'll answer your questions. Okay, so this is for you. I put these slides in here so when you download it, you can be teaching and review. I've already gone over it though. But you know, it's just revolutionary. It solves every problem, okay? Your team will participate because of this. And the whole idea is to get your team to participate so that you can make it happen. Hey, it ain't happening here anyway in your leg. You're trying to get them to do something and they're just sitting around there, you know, mentally constipated. So we need to give them an enema. And enema pays money. So let's do it. It eliminates all the barriers of resistance. So here is the master schematic of what's going on globally that Mark explained. Right? Take a look at this. We now have 3 regions, 3 MPCs, all one genealogy, 3 banks. So you got the different countries in each region, okay, that all combine together to make you earn more in those countries. If you do what I teach you, the network for referral system, okay, all this combines and accrues up here anyway. It doesn't matter if you have 20 people in your group, where it came from, because you're taking all that business and shoving it up one leg. So it doesn't matter who they are, where they are down there. If they led to people and it goes into the other country and starts a group that produces volume, it's all coming up to you guys anyway, and everybody gets credit, not just the person who led to them. Okay, so the second step is IRCs and UGCs connect the regions. When we say unify, what we're actually doing is unifying the regions individually for each organization separately. But when they all do it, they combine into an exponential effect. But it's done individually to serve each person's individual economic situation in the marketing plan. That is genius. Okay, so we cross-pollinate here. We start this process now. Asia is going crazy, building the unification here. Then by the time you got that going, we'll connect them together here, and then next year with Europe. So all 3 will be connected by the end of next year. And that triples your ability on nuclear energy to earn. There will be people all of a sudden making millions, not just a handful. I'm here to tell you. Do you believe me? Okay, so this slide is for you. I'm not going to read it now, but it reviews it, the steps, so that it makes it abundantly clear. Download this and use it, okay? So here's the game plan. Your IRC placement is live now. It's in the back office. It's on. Be careful, though. Don't get overexcited and make a mistake. You won't be able to see anything in the volume flow until the 17th. And the 17th, the back office will show, with all the reports you're already familiar with, all the sponsoring volume flow, but here, it opens up the screens for placement, so you can see where to place them. You're going to need 2 weeks to a month to implement the power networking referral system and the cross-pollination strategy, and to pick your team. Please don't take this lightly. This is more important than anything that's happened to you since you've been into business. This can change your future. It can make a new you with a new opportunity and a new company. I'm telling you, you need to get a good team. It's like a pro soccer team, pro basketball team, pro football team. How much time do they put on the draft and recruiting and scouting? You already know your people and organization. What's the best combination if you could reshuffle the cards and put it back together? Are you going to do it? That's what we do there. Then, and by the way, nobody gets left out. If they're not one of the players, it's still going to be there for them later, because the genealogy isn't broken up. Just the IRCs are placed, so they can come in later and still benefit. Does that make sense? Nobody gets a short end of the stick. So then, the first global unified commissions will be sent out September 6th. It starts to flow here and show. It actually can flow before then, but you won't see it. So don't worry. You're not going to lose anything. Nothing gets lost. And here you can see it, and here it starts to pay. How many people are going to hit a check in the U.S. by September 6th by doing this? Not very many. How about by World Conference? Okay, here it is. IRC placement screen section. You go to your back office, live now, an International Reentry Center placement form. okay? You go, you click on the IRC reentry, okay? And once you're done, you submit it. It's actually going to show you your legs where you want it, okay, in the country. Then then if you want to order the product, you can order European product, right, Joe? It's easier to order U.S., but you can't order European. It's all home country right now. I'll change that because it doesn't make any sense. If I'm building in Europe, I need some product to give out. But that's fine. It's easier for you right now, right? And then countries you want to do business in, where you're going to your target region, okay? And this shows your genealogy at home, where you're going to place it. You familiar with these reports? How many people have seen these before? Same thing, right? Nothing new, except it's Europe. It's another region, and you're going to connect it back to the U.S., and then it works exactly the same. Region UEU, okay? It shows you on the detailed report all the orders that came through, just like you're familiar with. Everybody know this? But they're Europe, and then they go back to the U.S. All that volume's counting for you on your connection point in America, okay? So you got the detailed screen. Look familiar? Comfortable with this? So there it is. It's actually real. It's not a theory. I'm not like Bill Gates telling what's going to happen in the future. I'm like Steve Jobs today showing you, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? Okay, so making a decision about it, having a strategy and team. Here's a checklist for you. Now, what I've done, realizing that everybody here's at different levels, right? Everybody has different levels of understanding, different motivations, different concerns. I provided you checklists to go down to help people make the right decision, the right choices, and to stimulate the brainstorming and strategizing. Okay, and it'll be very useful rather than me doing it all here and then you forgetting it all. You need to sit down in little groups and do it. And a billionth of a volt will definitely go off. That's your brain when you do these checklists. You can't help but go, whoa, I didn't think of that. Holy moly, I'm going to make so much money. Oh my God. I guarantee you, there it is. But if you don't do it, you're not going to get that billionth of a volt. Okay. Now, folks, it's hard to put the puzzle together alone. This works. This is genius. This is atomic energy. But to carry it all alone in Europe is too much. But you don't have to. Okay? Because you're one piece of the puzzle. You have an organization. We have a strategy. We have a system. We have people power. We focus that people power on an objective and work together in a system. You will have the people you need there. And if any of these guys are going to earn another check every week because of it, they're going there. And if they don't go, I'm there. And I need you. And your upline needs you. See? So, this is what it's all about. Teamwork, you get together and you put together the missing piece of the puzzle for you in this business to complete the 2 to 3 year plan. You have a way to do it, but you got to put the puzzle together. So you see, it's about teamwork. You're not going to do this yourself. You're going to use your team. And if you don't have a team, you're going to do the power referral networking system and cross-pollination that I'm going to teach on Meet On. And by the way, you're going to have to pay for it because free has no value. And I want to know that I need at least 1,000 people. And I want to know who did it. And it's going to be around $10. It's up here. And I also need to be able to prove the monetization of Meet On so we can get advertising money so I can pay that to you. So would you pay $10 with BV, 10 BV, to hear me teach this strategy every week with you? Wow. Then you don't have to teach your whole group so much. You just need to do what I tell you. Okay, so organize, regiment, mobilize a campaign. That sounds like Jackie Blasco. Use a checklist provided here. Learn the cross-pollination system. Now, look at your organization like a deck of cards. There's all types in there, aren't there? All types, all different numerations, all different types of productivity. You take this deck of cards with this plan. What we're doing is we're taking the deck of cards. You were stuck with it. You got a bad hand. Ain't my fault. And it ain't your fault. Wouldn't you like to have a new shuffle? A new shuffle? How many people would like to have a new shuffle with their organization? Yeah. Because that's what's about to happen. But if you don't pick up the cards and shuffle and re-pick the cards, you're out. You're not in the game. Are you getting this? Okay. So, we shuffle the cards, reorganize them, and look what happens to you. All of a sudden, you're at the top of a big residual income. And you've made other people money too. That's what it's all about, folks. So I showed you some of the strategies. There's so many incredible strategies. You're going to titillate with excitement. You're not going to be able to sleep at night, you know? And, I just did this. This is the Bucky plan. Now, I'm going to teach on Meet On and on Sunday an in-depth PhD course in something that you heard, but if I gave you a test, you would fail. You think you know what combinations are? You think you know what cross-pollination is? I don't see hardly any of it except me. I know how to do it, and it shows. Now, I want to transfer that knowledge. I'm not proud of that. It's just the way it is. I want to transfer that knowledge to you. And I want to transfer it in a way that it's something that we can do because there's steps to it. And you go through the steps. It's kind of like sitting at a chessboard. You have to plan your moves. Every week and every month, you have to take a couple hours and plan your moves. And if you put that with the power referral networking system, you're going to have the players, the people, the candidates, along with the cross-pollination and combination to work magic with the atomic energy. Is this making sense to you? But this is an example. It also applies at home. Okay, every night I'm probably working 4 different legs in one night and 4 different areas in one night. That means I did 4 nights' work in one night, and I did what would take 4 trips in one night. Now we can apply that to everybody in your group with this double, triple play plan in Europe to blow your business up if you're willing to learn it. If you're willing to get on a team, if you're willing to create a team, and if you're willing to outline a strategy. Are you willing? Okay. Okay, so it still comes back to the funnel. We know there's a funny thing about opening up another area. I don't know how many of you experienced it. Your friends and your group won't give you anybody at home. It's worn out tires. I guess they're afraid that you might talk to them or bother them. But when you tell them that you're expanding your internet business or shop.com in Market America and Spain and in the UK, and I need your help. I need to locate somebody that knows the area and knows the people to help spearhead the growth. Okay? And if you can supply me that person, it might mean something to you too. And we go through this process and we start filling the funnels. But I want to remind you guys of something. When I show how to get started in the funnel and the bean jar, I don't know if you've got that yet, but that's you doing it. I'm talking about everybody in your group doing it for this. And they're incentivized with tremendous pay power, and you're incentivized to be a dogmatic, relentless, imperialist coach. They'll thank you later. But all these people know somebody in the UK. The UK and America have a funny relationship. She's our mama, you know, and we're her wayward child. We like to get a brain slapping every once in a while. We love them, and they love us, but there's so much action going between the two countries that you just don't know about it because you haven't asked. And when you go over there, they're all going to know people back here. So we keep filling the funnel, but in a little bit different way. Okay, whoops, watch this. You look at your organization the opposite way. You look down at it, don't you? Okay, if I back this up, okay, what I want us to do, it doesn't matter where they are in a group. It doesn't matter what leg they're in. Down in your organization, whether you're being paid or not, you're not being paid in Europe yet, and you still have a weak BDC that you can connect it back to. Down in your organization, I want to place those funnels with as many leaders and go-nows and form a team and work with them to produce the leads and work with them weekly. Do you see this? Now, you're looking down to find those people, but guess what? Okay, although you look down, how many can you find? That BV, first the leads, and then the BV from it goes up. And it doesn't matter where it came from, you find one or two, it pays everybody. Do you get that? Or will that hit you on the way home? You already have the people to do it with. So, you need to learn cross-pollination techniques. Some of you will go to poker game clinics. You know, you go to money management clinics which tell you how to lose money and invest in the wrong thing. This is where you need to be. You need to take this atomic energy and learn how it doesn't do any good unless you really know strategies, picking teams, cross-pollination, combinations, and the power networking methodology that we can all do together. It's basically Bob Sanford's type of stuff, you know, Ben from Prime America. People lead to people, lead to people, and everybody benefits, so who do you know? And here we go, okay? $5, 50 credits, 5 BV. I'm going to be on every week for a month, teaching this, taking your calls, forming teams out of it. And the best teams, we're going to run a contest, okay? We're going to run a contest with $10,000 for the best strategy that affects the most people. And Lauren and I are going to commit to the best 10 teams to do a social media, social networking campaign over there of not just posting but searching to fill those funnels. Fair deal? Now sign up now because I ain't doing it if there's not at least 1,000. 1,000. We got 20,000, 21,000 here. Okay. I'm out of time. Let me get that in here. Oh, there it is. Be at this. Okay. What I want to do, I'm just going to click through these real quick just to show you what I have here. Okay. And then I'm going to move on. You can answer your own questions. See, some of you are confused. Some of you know what's going on, but you're not quite sure about how to implement it with your people to get them straightened out. So these checklists do that, and it leads you to a strategy, okay? So first, let's realize the power of this and why I need to wake up. Things changed. Your weak leg potentially could be earning. And if you're above those people, you could possibly be earning there and complete your weak legs. Okay, so we need to know these things. So we ask these questions. These are the questions that you ask your people. And you can download this and do it, and I really recommend that you do it. But that allows you to start turning the gears in teamwork, okay? So you use these slides to figure it out. You come to the seminar and watch how this works, okay? Just by checking down these checklists, you will get people on track, and you will come up with the right strategy. You teach the referral technique. It works better in Europe than it does the U.S. It works. You have to try it and see what happens, okay? And we pick each other's brain until someone comes up with a bright idea, okay? And then we teach this in corings, okay? And we permeate our entire organization with it. All of a sudden, you'll have groups in Mexico, and groups in Mexico will have groups in America. All of a sudden, you'll have IRC teams being placed in Europe. But don't forget how powerful it is just in the Americas, between Canada, U.S., Mexico, and South America. Total new possibilities into one plan, okay? And you combine it all. Mark did a great job. So I talk about selecting a team. The most important thing you can do is select a team. The second most important thing is to learn the power networking referral system and cross-pollination. You put those two together, it's a foregone conclusion. You won. You won. Who's coming in second place? Because you won. Okay? You got that? Okay, so attend the breakout, start turning the gears, okay? And here's the master box. Set a goal, run a contest or a challenge, get a team, either join a team or form a team. And if you lead to 10 UFOs, it gives you 20 leads in the funnel to work, and just do it, okay? And there's more and more and more and more and more. What do I got here? Yeah, okay. All the things that we teach you how to apply, but don't forget the NMTSS. As this happens, the NMTSS is already set up over there. So you're in like Flynn, you don't have to do it. And you'll become part of that. My greatest hope, my greatest wish has always been to fill this place not with great UFOs, but with great directors. I believe it can happen. Do you? You see? So I leave you with this thought that wherever you have been, whatever you have done, whatever you're feeling, whatever has happened, you are where you are today. But there's a promise, there's a pact, there's a deal. You can be born again in Market America by simply opening your mind and saying, I believe in you, JR. I believe in this program. I'll try. And if you try and are on a team, you're a new you with new hope. See you at the top.